Okay, so we're just going to run through the rigs that we've been using to catch the fish here today on Thorpley. As I explained earlier, we've been using zig rigs here today. I've got lots tied up on my Gardner zig bin ready to go so that we don't waste any time whilst we're actually fishing. I've got 3 different main types of zig rig that I'm using today. The first rig that I'm using is incorporating some of the Gardner zig foam. Real good, you get all different colours available in the range from Gardner, and today yellow seems to be working very well. You can see that I've got very small pieces of the rig foam on there. Reason being for that is that we're using lots of different particles in the spod mix that's going out to create the cloud in the water which the fish are searching through, and because those particles are very small, we want to try and match our hook baits so that the fish have no confusion. It's just like natural feeding for them. They come along, they think it's just another grain of the particles, and obviously it's our hook bait on the end there. The second zig that we're using today incorporates a small pop-up boilie. You can see there that boilie is about 8mm in size. It's one of the CC Moores mini bites, and they're very buoyant and great for fishing on zig rigs. So that's the second option that we've got today. The third and final option of zig rigs that we're using today is we're actually incorporating a piece of plastic corn with some maggots on the top. Those are real maggots. We're just using a small match hook hidden inside of the plastic corn there, and it allows us to quickly change the maggots, and it just adds a bit of activation to our bait, something wriggly. Hopefully the fish aren't going to be able to resist that whilst it's out in the water. They're the 3 main rigs we're using. Component wise, it's nothing complicated at all with these zigs that I'm using today. We're using Gardner Zig Link in 8 pound, very strong, very reliable line, very buoyant as well, so it keeps those zigs popped up for a long time. And where we've got a bit of weed here today, the abrasion resistance of this line is absolutely fantastic and it's doing the job perfectly. For hook pattern, I always like to use the size 12 Gardner Mugger for zig rigs. I find that the shape of these hooks just helps to bed that hook down in the bottom lip of the fish. Every fish that we've had today has been absolutely nailed in the bottom lip, and these hooks are so sticky sharp, as soon as the fish comes anywhere near it, it's going to do its job and set the hook in the fish's mouth. By incorporating a small amount of the rig tube there, just to trap that hair so that we've got a shorter distance between the bait and the hook, that also helps whilst you're zig fishing. And finally, just to show you the baits that we're using, we've got all different types of zig foam. I've got another pot there as well with all different colours and shapes, and it's handy to have lots of different types whilst you're fishing. That way you can chop and change. Colours will change throughout the day. One day you might use yellow and it'll work, another day reds and pinks, and even whilst you're fishing on a day session like we are today, by chopping and changing if things go a little bit quiet, it just gives you that edge, and hopefully we'll put a few more fish on the bank. So we're going to get the rods back out now, try some of these rigs that we've got tied up in the zig bin, and hopefully we'll have some more carp for you. Well, we've been here for a couple of hours now at Thorpley Fishery. We've got another brace of carp on the mat. We've had quite a few braces already this morning, lots of action, lots of fish, and these fish were taken using the zig rigs that we showed you earlier on. We're going to get these ones back, get some more bait in the water, and hopefully catch a few more fish.